Hello and welcome to episode 63 of the Championship Rounds podcast. We'll jump straight into it. Richards and Hitchins beats up and stops George Kambosos in round 8. Finds a body shot, puts him down. And yeah, this was about what we all expected, really. Hitchins just dominant. Kambosos couldn't get past the jab. And yeah, it wasn't that good to watch.
I mean, it was a good performance. It wasn't a good win, but it was a good performance. At least he looked good. Like, there was a possibility he was just going to, stink it out to a decision. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people did, because not many people picked him by knockout, at least. Like, the people I know.
Because he's had, that's his, third knockout in the past, 6 years.
But he hasn't been fighting 2025 Kambosos, I guess. Kambosos is, terrible. Especially in 2025.
I just never... I never understood him getting a title shot in the first place. I can't think of too many more worse title defenses. Ever, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. I don't think it's that bad, ever. But it wasn't great.
It was pretty
bad. Well, at the very least, I guess it got, Hitchins some confidence. I mean, that's really about it. That's all that really gave him some confidence. And, in the pocket confidence as well. I don't know. That's about it. I don't really know what else he gained from that.
And you just know it won't translate into the next fight. I have no confidence that translates at all.
I guess it depends who he fights.
Yeah, which will 99.9% be a better fighter than a 2025 version of Kambosos. So didn't really learn it.
If you look at Hitchins, this is significantly his worst opponent in quite a bit of time. Is Zapata? It was the version of Zapata he fought better than this. There's an argument that he was. I don't know. They're probably about even. But he went and fought Lemos, who's big, strong, come forward, decent, solid guy. And then Paro, who's decent enough. And then this was just always meant to be easy. And when this fight got announced, I thought he'd stop him. I always thought he'd stop him for these sorts of reasons. I guess Hitchins always has the possibility, was it the Bowser fight? He dropped him 3 or 4 times and then just stood off him. I guess that's always a possibility, but Kambosos is shot 1. He's been softened up multiple times. He's not a super lightweight, by the way. He wasn't a big lightweight. The only reason he moved up from lightweight is because he kept getting beat up. But yeah, he looked good, that jab. But it's almost was the jab good or was Kambosos just headbutting his hand? My God, I don't even think Kambosos that's. I don't think that was anywhere near the best version of Kambosos either. That's the thing. I'm not, and yeah, that was just always gonna happen, man.
I said on Twitter, has there ever been a prime Kambosos? So you say Teofimo, but he didn't look amazing in that fight either. So.
He's always been a guy that's sort of won fights on grit and volume and stuff, and the Lee Selby fight, the Bay fight, even the Teo fight, he won on grit and volume. Because you have to dig that out after he got dropped. And
now he spent the last 3 years being a punching bag. So
yeah, he's just been softened up. Is what it is. And yeah, he's maximized everything he could. He's massively overachieved, actually. Because in a different world, he gets blown away by Teofimo Lopez, and people think, well, that's just another awful IBF mandatory. But like he got Teofimo on his absolute worst night and made tens of millions of dollars off the back of it. And he's still made like $1 million last night or whenever it was Saturday, and he'll probably keep doing that because, like, you know, the way boxing is now, especially in Australia, he can go and fight Liam Parrow on a no limit pay per view or something like that, or Liam Wilson or like someone like that, and then he gets a couple of wins, and then say Dalton Smith picks up a world title. Does he go and fight Dalton Smith or someone like that? Because it's the way with boxing. He's a name. He's the guy that dropped Teofimo Lopez and shocked the world and all that. He's a commodity. Like,
So this guy, man, they're really just. This
Well,
is 3.5 years ago. They're milking his name out. He hasn't done anything since.
I know, but it doesn't matter. That I agree. It's stupid and it's poor, and boxing needs to be better. But the reality is, he's going to take these opportunities, man, and people are going to give it to him because, like, you know, they don't want to actually pay up for a good opponent. They don't want to have like imaginative matchmaking. We've seen it. We've seen this story millions of times before. And he's going to be in these domestic. He'll take 2 or 3 Australian domestic fights that are big, and he'll get a new ranking if he wins a few of them, and then he'll be right back there. Because that's just how boxing is these days.
well, I think he should retire. Pretty much.
So do I, but I don't think he will. I don't think he will. I think he's one of these guys that has nothing without boxing.
He could maybe be a commentator. That's still boxing. He could still be in it somehow.
Yeah, and like he's managing guys as well, or his dad is. But yeah,
Could manage. I don't know. Commentate, maybe promote. I don't know. Do something except fight. I mean, he had his time. He had that great win against TV. Made a lot of money. Pack it in.
he has been one of the best managed fighters ever. Like, the amount of opportunities he's got, the amount of money he's made. If you're looking at sort of pound for ability, he's right up there, along with people like Dillian White. They're the two over recent years that have just got a... And Isaac Cruz you can put in there as well. Just not very good fighters that have made ridiculous amounts of money. But yeah, he should back it in. As for Hitchins, I don't know what I do with him.
He should find someone better.
Yeah, but he's with
Probably won't do that either.
Like, he's a free agent now, and, you know, Hearn's saying that Hearn's coming out and basically breaking the Ali Act, saying that he won't work with certain people if he doesn't re-sign with them, which is illegal in America, Edward. So he shouldn't be doing that. But Tio has blown the bridge with Turkey, so that means he won't work with a matchroom fighter. Russell's fighting Hirioka. I guess maybe Puello, if they can get that fight done. Puello's on a Riyadh season card, or a ring card, or whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. If Puello gets through Matias, maybe make that fight. It's not really a big money fight, though. Like, that's the weird thing. Puello's not really a big name. But I guess that's a fight there.
Yeah. Is there really any big money names at 140 outside of TFE?
Isaac Cruz. But that's not going to happen either. One thing I don't want a Devin Haney fight. Because...
it won't happen.
Good, because that would be... that would be one of the worst fights of all time.
I actually would not bother watching it.
Like,
There'd be nothing to watch.
Hitchins probably wants to keep his belt. Devin Haney won't come back down to 140, and Hitchins won't go up, so it's not happening.
Good. I don't know. Yeah.
It's with Hitchins. If you let him get that range, you're not beating him. You're just not beating him. Pretty simple. Let him get that jab work and let him keep his range. You're not beating him, and he's probably gonna make it look pretty easy. Like Lamos took away his jab, and look how tough that fight was for him.
I still thought he lost that fight.
I had him barely winning, but I can see him losing. Most people did think he lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, probably a good fight for him. We'll learn some stuff for that. I mean, he seems to be getting better on the inside, but it's also against Kambosos.
Yeah. It's not exactly. Yeah, this is the thing. You can't really. It's hard to grade it because he looked good, but what did he look good against?
Like, I mean, you can have two different things. Like, you can have a great performance, but like not a good win. And like he had that pretty much. He had a great performance against a very washed George Kambosos, and it's not really a good win. Pretty much, yeah, cool. You had a good performance, but it's against George Kambosos.
Yeah,
basically. Much. Yeah, I mean that sums up the fight, really.
Yeah. We'll move on. Andy Cruz knocks out a plank of wood in 5 rounds. Mashiro. Let's just be honest about it. Yeah, Cruz is obviously a very, very talented fighter. He's a brilliant fighter. But Jesus Christ, do you want to be any more stiff? Mashiro had 0 defense. Like you could just tell from the very first round, this ain't going very long, and he just battered him. And Mashiro had nothing for him. Like you could somebody who's that accurate and can hit punches like that, like the way Cruz can. You've got to have somewhat of a decent defense to even have a chance. And yeah, you can't block punches with your face, no matter how like allegedly sort of feather fisted Andy Cruz is. Because I don't think he is, but I don't think he's a massive puncher.
He's not a massive puncher, but I mean, he's lucky Cruz isn't a massive puncher, otherwise he probably wouldn't have made it out the first round.
Yep.
Pretty much. He has to break these guys down because he's not a big puncher.
Yeah.
He hits hard enough. Like he's respectable power, but he's not like a massive puncher. He's just really fast. And like his skill just makes up for the power. Skills pay the bills.
Yep. Like, Jesus Christ. That defense, man. That defense.
Look, it's a typical like low level Japanese fighters defense. Non-existent.
Yep. Pretty much. Yeah, it weren't good. Weren't good at all. He's a really good fighter, and I think he'll beat Murataya, but because that was an IBF final eliminator. I think he'll beat Murataya. But I don't think they're going to be able to get him many fights, which is the issue. Because yeah, like he's an unknown Cuban. Like he's really, really good, but I just don't think people are going to want to go near him. To be honest.
Yeah, they don't want to work with Eddie Hearn.
They don't want to work with Eddie Hearn, and they especially don't want to work with somebody who's an unknown Cuban that's going to beat them. Like, why would you? Like say I don't know. Why would Tank go near Andy Cruz? Why would Abdullah Mason go near Andy Cruz? Why would someone at 140 like Teofimo go near Andy Cruz? Like,
well, Tank doesn't go near anyone.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Keyshawn, he doesn't make weight. Teofimo. Teofimo's a nutcase. But I mean, I think Stephen would fight him, but like he's lost his mind.
Yeah.
Well, if he was still 135, that was.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Not now. He's not fighting. He wouldn't fight Cruz now.
Yeah. They're doing the right thing. They got him a mandatory spot and he deserves his shot off that. And he's going to beat Muratara if they fight. That's a big if because I don't know if they will.
I don't think the Muratara fight's going to be like a walk in the park or anything. I mean, we never really seen him tested, and it's by far as tough as opponent. You never know. I mean, I just got to see him in with like the top guy.
I think probably a 9-3, 8-4 decision against Muratara. He'll win. Like I don't know. I think Muratara's a little bit drained as well. But yeah. So that might have an effect. Like he slowed down a lot against Abdullah of late. And he should have got Abdullah out of there, but didn't. So we'll see. I think Cruz beats him, but yeah. Yeah. Anyway, on the card as well, Terra Moana Jr. smashed someone to bits again. And yeah, he's good, but
I thought you were gonna go with the triple threat Terra Moana, like Diamante did.
oh Jesus Christ.
Is he good?
No. Well, we actually
Like the only, I mean, like he was good in the amateurs. I don't know if he's good as a pro. He hasn't fought anyone. That's pretty much how I can sum up triple Terra Moana. Maybe we should call him that triple T.
It's just not.
Yeah. That's how yeah, what was I gonna say? That's I put out a tweet saying it, like just he was a good amateur. He can obviously punch and I think he'll be in some fun fights, but call me when they're gonna put him in with someone that's not just gonna fold. Like he's just been blasting out guys in round one for however long and it's just boring. Like call me when there's at least somebody that you think's gonna go a few rounds. Like you know the types of heavyweights there are, like the one that the Argentinian that took a town at a distance, or the Ukrainian that took him the distance, Dobzhinchenko or whatever he's called. Those types of guys, call me when he fights one of them, because like you're bringing in guys who are essentially white collar fighters, and he's just bowling them over, and it's just like, what's the point? It does nothing for him. It does nothing for people watching, and yeah, like just. He's good. Like I don't like slagging him off because like he's good and he did his job and he's knocking guys out. But come on, man, these opponents so bad.
Yeah, I mean, he did turn pro a while. I get he did take the time out to go to the Olympics, or didn't he? I don't know. It's just a bit pointless now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. What was he learning? Like, isn't this like his like 5th consecutive first round knockout or something? I don't know. Something like that.
And I don't think I think it regresses people because what is it? The Indian kid he knocked out a couple of fights ago, might have been last fight before this. Caught him with a couple of Luke no band rights because he was just being lazy. He was just keeping his hands down, and he was like not getting out of range properly with his feet, and he was just lazy. Like, if he keeps fighting these guys, that's gonna creep in more and more because there's no threat. They can't punch. They can't do anything to him. But then when he steps up, he's gonna get chinned.
Yeah. It's like they're trying to con the public. Like they see Aleem Whitfield, like, oh, 9-0, it must be good. It's a step up. Like, no, it's not. It's not a step up.
Yeah.
Like, he's barely even a heavyweight. He's not very big, although he weighs a lot, but he's not that big.
Yeah. Also on this card, Nishant Dev won. He's okay. I don't think I do much, to be honest. I think he's, well, it's a bit early, but he's very amateurish still. And Zachary Moses battered someone, and he's a top talent, man. Beat Camille in the amateurs. Like he's a good prospect. Yeah, he'll be good. Yeah, that's about it for that card. I think there's one other fight, Adam Macker one, who's known in sort of London amateur circles. But yeah, I don't know why the hell he was debuting there. Yeah, that was a random one. Like, surely that would have been better off in London, but who knows? We'll move on to Argentina. Saturday night, Nonito Donaire defeats Andres Campos via technical decision, unanimous technical decision in the ninth round, to win the interim WBA bantamweight title for some reason. Yeah, Donaire.
No need to go sit down. It's over.
Yeah, pretty much. For anyone who hasn't seen it, it looked like a 42-year-old Donaire who hasn't won a fight in 4 years and hasn't fought in 2 years against a flyweight who didn't belong in a ring with him. And it shouldn't have been for an interim title, but the WBA do WBA things. It's ridiculous that it ever got sanctioned as that.
What I will say is, like, I thought he would have looked worse. Like, considering how people were talking about him in this fight, I thought he was going to look completely shot and couldn't even throw a punch. I mean, he just did Donaire, just being 42 years old, pretty much. I mean, he should retire. He didn't look great. He doesn't look like terrible. He did just look old, didn't he? Just old. Like, and Campos is terrible. I mean, he didn't do anything really. I don't know. The best punch he landed was in the ninth round, and then the clash of heads. And the swelling on his head and the cut wasn't even from punches. He was from clash of heads. That's how little Campos did in the fight.
Yeah, I got nothing from that besides that he's old and he needs to stop fighting.
I was like, we already knew this. Like, we saw your last fight. Like, yeah, getting chinned by anyway in a couple rounds, yeah, fair enough. Cool, but you look terrible against Santiago, and you looked old in that fight. And you're just going to look even worse now. Everyone knows it. And now, somehow, probably going to get a title shot. I don't know. WBA, boxing. Like, all these people, they'll be the first ones say, oh, RIP if something like bad happened to him, because they're making him, well, not making, letting him fight when he's 42 and washed, way past his prime. Like, it's 2025. Like, prime on it was in 2011. What are we doing?
Yeah, pretty much. That just weren't good, was it? Yeah, it's just bad to watch, really. Yeah, he's washed up.
I don't want to fucking watch him fight, or watch him fight anyone for a world title. I just felt like I was watching an old man. I mean, it just wasn't fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it just weren't good. There's a couple of interesting fights on the card. From that event, it was a 2-day event. Aristani Alvarez won by UD. Lazaro Alvarez stopped someone, and a fat Argentinian journeyman iced an unbeaten Australian heavyweight, which is pretty funny. You can find the video on Twitter. But yeah, apart from that, nothing really happened. Yeah, we'll move on. When Estrada came back, just beat up Carrie Marseille for 10 rounds, dropped him 3 times. Maybe if there's an extra sort of couple of rounds, he probably gets him out of there. I don't know. But yeah, it was a good performance. He looked sharp, and it's good to see him back. Like, he's one of these guys that's old, but not like 42. He's only 35. And yeah, he looks solid. He looks solid. Perhaps not as good as he was, but that's always going to be the case. But he still looks like he can be a world level fighter at bantamweight. Definitely, he can. If he's moved right, which he will be, because he knows the game. He can win a world title, definitely.
Yeah, I think he should fight Tension. That's a winnable fight. That is a winnable fight for Estrada.
I'd pick him to beat him.
Definitely a winnable. How he looked on Saturday night, yeah, definitely a winnable fight. Like he's just good, pretty much, and he's still good. He's not elite anymore like he was a few years ago, but he's still good, man.
Bam doing that to him made people forget.
Yeah, that's a great win for Bam. Yeah, sure, it's not a prime. It wasn't a prime Estrada, and he wasn't active, but man, he still beat him up and stopped him. And even in the fight, Estrada didn't fight terribly, and he dropped him.
He was competitive in every round. He just didn't win any.
Yeah, you can just see. Estrada's still got a lot. He's still got a lot left. Yeah, as he should. Fights don't age as bad as they used to. He's only 35. I say only 35. Obviously, at lower weights they age faster because they usually fight more and they go the distance more usually, and they throw more punches. So they usually age a lot, but it's got more even now. They seem to be aging better than they used to. Yeah, he's. Yeah, I think he's gonna win. He's gonna win a world title 118 at some point. I don't know if I'd pick him against Tension, but man, he's such a good chance in that fight. Tension's so inexperienced. The speed difference is gonna be crazy, and the foot speed's crazy, but Estrada doesn't care about that. He's been his game is about timing. He can time. He can time someone like Tension easily, just consistently.
It's just the size thing. It's a size and speed thing. Like, Tension is going to be so much bigger. Because I don't even think Tension is really a bantamweight. He's probably a super bantam stroke feather. He is going to be so much bigger. Yeah, I don't know, that performance is really good on Saturday. But yeah,
I see people calling for him to fight Donut. I don't want him to fight Donut. That's just a waste of time, man. I don't want him to fight Donut. Such a waste of time. Fight someone good, or not 42 at least.
He'll get the interim WBA.
He could fight Tension and get the WBC title.
But I think potentially fighting Daenerys and letting the landscape change a little bit might do him a little bit of good, I think, because, well, look, he jumps in with Tension straight away, he might well lose that, and then it's a long way back. He definitely beats Daenerys, and you beat Daenerys.
I think that the fight will still be there, even if he loses the Tension. It doesn't matter. He's still a shot. Let's say he picks up the interim title. What does he do? When Sasumi comes back and wants his title shot against Vargas, he's still got to wait and wait and wait.
He could go another route. I don't know. I think.
Well, either way, he needs to get active.
Yeah, that's
Like I told you earlier, just fighting off one of those guys, get rounds, because even if he was gonna fight Donaire next, like he's gonna have to wait a bit for that because he's gonna have got caught and the swelling on his eyes, and he's old. He has to let his body heal. He might even be like contemplating, like, oh, should I have come back or not? Don't know that is. Hopefully he is.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. Just get another tough Mexican that will give you rounds. That's what he needs. He just needs rounds. Just get back in the swing of things. I mean, he's only had 3 fights since the second Chocolatito fight. That was ages ago.
Oh, it's 2, isn't it?
No.
2 since the third one.
Yeah, but 3 since the second one.
No, because he fought Cortez and Swain, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's 4.
Yeah. All right. 4.
Yeah. I was second guessing myself there. Yeah, he's gone court. He went Choc Cortez, Choc Bam, and then Arso. So yeah. He needs rounds, I agree. Just go and get some rounds in. Fight another tough Mexican or whatever you can dig up.
Yeah, like
There-
didn't take any punishment in that fight, really.
No. There is one option that's just popped into my head that I haven't talked about. Well, Chocolatito's coming back in a few weeks. Could do the 4th one.
Depends. Is he gonna do something for the first 6 rounds this time?
Does he need to?
Stop reminding me of this shit.
Like, I don't know. Like, he showed he still had. I mean, even in that fight, he showed he still had a lot left. He just didn't do anything for 6 rounds.
He
'Cause
literally would have won the fight if he just did a little, like, started 2 rounds earlier.
I don't think he could have. Estrada was just boxing and moving. Then Estrada slowed down, and then he could actually get going. I don't know. Like, I mean, Estrada did show he had some legs left. There's like the 8th round, he started boxing and moving. That was good. Like, it's all well and good still having the skills. We got to punch and stuff, but still having the legs. That's probably the main thing to see.
Maybe. Yeah. That fight's an option as well. There's a lot of options, weirdly. But yeah, he just needs to get active. He needs to get active. I don't think there's any other fights this weekend worth talking about. I don't think so. Don't know if you saw anything. John Fernandez won a WBC eliminator, but that's about it. Like, there's nothing else. It was a really quiet week. Anyway, so yeah, we'll move on to previews for this week. Starting with some midweek action on Thursday in Tokyo. Brian Norman makes the second defense of his WBO welterweight title against Jin Sasaki. I like Sasaki, and I think he's fun, and he's very good to watch. But I think he is going to get chinned, and I think he's going to get chinned in the first 4 rounds. Yeah.
I'm thinking first 4 is generous. Maybe first 2 is more accurate.
Like,
because you
he's
know how
gonna-
he's gonna act at the start. He's gonna try to knock Norman's head off right
Yeah.
at the beginning.
he's gonna run in a straight line and throw 17 consecutive left hooks, trying to take Norman's head clean off with his
And he
chin
might-
miles up in the air.
He might stun Norman like Cuevas did, but it will be for no. If he stunned him, it'll probably be even worse, to be honest. Because
Yeah,
then he'll
'cause-
go even more crazy.
If he has success, yeah, he'll just go mad. Like, yeah, like Brian Norman. All he needs to do to win this fight is have his right hand glued to his face and just work off a jab and a left hook himself, and he'll win this fight very, very easily, and he'll win it early. Because look, like Norman's technically a lot better. He throws his shots a lot better. He's got better defense. He's stronger, I think. He's certainly bigger because Sasaki started off so much lighter. And yeah, like he's just if Sasaki moves to the inside, my god, it's going to be a massacre. Normal with the uppercuts and stuff, but yeah, I give Sasaki virtually zero chance in this fight. To be honest, just zero defense, absolutely zero defense. Keeps getting dropped. It's been dropped like almost double digit times in his career. Like just constantly getting dropped, and he's in with somebody who's a world level puncher, and he ain't in with somebody who's a Japanese level guy. He's in with a solid world level fighter, regardless of how you think he got his belt and what you think about that, and whether you think he should be a world champion. Norman's a world level fighter, and he's going to chew Sasaki off and spit him out.
I think, like Kambosos, Hitchins, I think, when not expecting anything less than a knockout, like, that would be unacceptable going the distance with Jin Sasaki. It doesn't matter how good he looks. If he batters him and somehow Jin Sasaki shows the greatest chin to ever exist, that's not acceptable. He has to stop him.
If this goes more than 6, like he's starting to wonder.
Maybe Sasaki, I guess he's dangerous. Maybe that makes Brian Norman cautious. He's just going to break him down slowly to the body or something. I don't know. But he just gives you so many opportunities. Like when you have someone there to be stopped early, just go do it.
Yeah, he's gonna get chinned, to be honest. Like one punch, probably.
Like, I mean, it could be with anything. Like, he could get Santion with the uppercut. I mean, just anything he could get chin with. Like, he's so vulnerable. He's so open. His defense is so bad. Like, he's probably gonna get chinned in an exchange. To be honest, up close. That's logging. I'm logging that right now.
In round
4. Let's go for 4.
I'm going 2.
No one's gonna be a little bit cautious and just go to the body. A couple rounds, then he's gonna open up and they're gonna exchange and he's gonna chin him.
Like how Sasaki chinned Obara.
No, he's gonna chin him with a hook, not right hand.
No, I'm saying like that, like unconscious.
Maybe not that bad.
It's not good.
Like, they're gonna exchange hooks, and no one's hand's gonna be up. Sasaki's hand's gonna be down by his knee, and he's gonna die.
Yeah, pretty much. It'll be a hook or an uppercut. Because Sasaki does that thing where he thinks he's being defensive and like being defensively responsible, but in reality he just puts up a really basic guard and just trots him, and like you can just get around that guard with basic uppercuts, and like you might get chinned off of that because like who's the Australian who fought? What's his name? Camille Barra or whatever he's called. He had a lot of success with that uppercut. That fight. Yeah, like this is a mismatch. It shouldn't be competitive, or it might be competitive, but like there's only one winner because Sasaki's gonna have to sell out and he'll get chinned.
Like, it could be like a one-sided competitive thing if they just list it out.
Yeah. Yeah. But like I say, Sasaki's a fun fighter and he's a fun domestic level fighter, but that's like not gonna this is the real big leagues, and he ain't on this level. But yeah, we'll move on. I don't know where it's placed on the card because Japan's weird with this type of thing. I think it might be the first fight on the televised portion. But Christian Arena's fighting Sim Shree for the vacant IBF title at 108, and I have no idea how this fight's gonna go. Because I think both are pretty vulnerable. Both aren't brilliant, and I have no idea. This is a proper 50-50 fight for me.
I don't really think much of either of them, to be honest. I think Simsbury's like the better technical boxer. Probably favouring Simsbury.
Arenetta punches so good.
But Arenetta just punches really hard. That's what he does. He punches hard. Like, I think Simsbury's power is a bit overrated. He does have loads of knockouts, but he's never knocked out anyone good, really.
But he's like a more complete fighter.
But I think he's better. I mean, I think he did maybe stun Taniguchi, I think, in the second round. I was really about it. I don't really know. Probably. But he's also, when he throws, he switches stances as well. And there's no defense. I can just see him getting chinned, or I can see him just winning a pretty clear decision.
Simsbury has got a lot of Thai knockouts.
Yes, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Arenetta does a lot of Filipino body, so
at least he killed McGraw. Not to the body either. In the first round.
No, but that's them against. That's them on that's them against each other. Filipino on Filipino crime.
He always beat on Shingo as well.
Yeah.
That was a close fight. He dropped him like that. It's so stupid. I hate when people do this, but if he drops him a few rounds earlier, that's a different
never know.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess Simsbury, but I don't know. It's like flyweight. It's a very weak division, and I don't think these two are particularly great, as you say.
I guess puncher versus a better technical boxer. I'll probably pick the boxer, especially when if it's not a high level. I don't think Aaron is that good skill wise. He's just a massive puncher. He's good at landing his punches, I guess. Really about him. I don't think he's that good.
So,
his punches are pretty wide. But look, the McGraw knockout, that was good. The first punch he caught with, that was good. It was wide, but it was good timed.
Mm-hmm.
He could do that to Simsbury. Definitely. Just going to pick the more skilled fighter, pretty much. I don't know how it's going to go, so just going to pick the more skilled fighter to win a decision.
Yeah. Probably agree, even though I don't know how it's going to go. There's a couple of domestic fighters on this card. Sora Tanaka is fighting for the OPBF title at welterweight. Tanaka, he just reminds me of a more polished version of Jin Sasaki. He's high guard, all action, come forward, pressure fighter. I don't think he's that good. I don't think he'll do a lot at welterweight, but he's another guy that I think is going to be really fun in sort of regional title fights. And will get to world level and get chinned. Then there's an interesting one as well. Yuya Oku is fighting Rhea Abe for the Japanese title at featherweight. That's a interesting one. Sort of Rhea Abe dropping back down to Japanese level. Obviously, after the lost to Lopez last year and Shimizu, he drew with as well earlier this year. Yeah, that's a weird fight. I don't know how that's going to go. It's a proper crossroads fight, but it'll be interesting. It's a decent little card. There's a couple of prospects on there as well. But yeah. I think that Moriwaki's on there, who was an Olympian as well. He fought in Paris, I think. Or did he? Or was it Tokyo at the Olympics he fought at? I think he lost to Kizniak in Tokyo at the Olympics. So that's an interesting one. Bit late to turn over though. But yeah, we'll move on. That's that card dealt with. We'll move on to the weekend. Saturday in Birmingham. Yafai fights Francisco Rodriguez Jr. for the WBC interim title at flyweight. And I think this is the most intriguing fight of the week. I really like this fight a lot. I really, really like this fight. It's a clash of styles. Sort of clash of... I was going to say it's a clash of young versus old. It's really not. There's like 6 months between them in age, but obviously Rodriguez has been a hardened pro fighting for world titles like over a decade ago now.
You'd think he's way older, but he won his titles when he was like 20 years old. So.
Yeah. And at that point, Yafai was getting outboxed by Sonny Edwards in the ABAs, which was it is so weird, like, because Galal, I think you think Rodriguez is like 36, 37, and you think Galal is like 27, 28, when in reality they're both 32. So like it's a really weird age thing, yeah. There's a few things with Yafai that I don't like. I don't think he's really learned to turn his punches over, and he's very slappy. I don't like that he squares up all the time, and I don't like that he leaves his chin out. And if you're going against the Mexican who can punch and mix it up on the inside quite well, knows how to get around the professional ring and won't get scared if you put it on him, I don't think that's going to go well.
Iron chin as well.
Yeah, and that's
so even
why,
if you do turn your punches, it's most likely not going to do anything.
Yeah, there's a fourth thing as well. I don't think Galal can't keep up his style boxing like that for 12 minutes or 12 rounds of 3 minutes. He can't do it for 3 minutes. Every round he boxes where he's spraying like all these shots, he has to have 30 seconds off, 20 seconds off, quick 10 seconds off here, fight,
Yeah, it's going to probably be a little front runny.
Yeah. And I don't think he can do that against... You can't do that. You can't box that style and then have nothing else really against someone like Rodriguez. And I think Rodriguez is going to chin him. To be honest, I think they'll be exchanging on the inside, and Rodriguez is the harder puncher. He's the more accurate puncher, and he's got the cleaner punches to generate power. Like he doesn't slap with them. He's proper like properly better. He's a better technical fighter in terms of generating power, the way he throws punches. And I think he's got better defense. And I think Yafai is probably going to be leading, and he's probably going to get chinned mid rounds.
I do think he's going to. I don't know about chinned as in like one punch knockout, but I think he will get beat on at times. And I haven't seen anything to suggest that he could take that. So me watching him fight Tommy Frank doesn't really do anything for me. People like that.
There's obviously the career best win of Sonny Edwards. There's huge question marks around that because of the way Sonny Edwards was in that fight. Like, I ain't gonna sit here and lie. Everyone knows I've picked Sonny Edwards to win that fight. I've gone against Yafai before in that fight. Definitely, I thought Sonny Edwards would box his head off, but was Sonny Edwards there to really try?
No.
Like, I don't know. Was it just one last payday? And like he admitted after like 2 rounds, he doesn't want to be in there, and like he broke up with the coach that he's been with since he was 13 before that fight, and all these things, and it was just a really weird performance. And I don't want to take credit away, but I am going to take credit away because I don't think that was the Sonny Edwards that would have turned up 6 months before.
I mean, what? It wasn't. I mean, that was just a shell of Sonny Edwards. He was basically retired.
That wasn't even half of it.
Like, the thing, like, the way Galat fights with the bloody Lomachenko-esque style. The bloody Brahmi Lomachenko. It's not like the smartest way to fight someone like Chihuas. I mean, that's what he wants. I mean, he wants someone there in front of him, really. I mean, yeah, you're making angles, but like Chihuah's got far. He's really fast feet. And like he's seen I mean, he's been in the ring with Chocolatito. What bloody Galawia Yafai's angle's gonna do against him?
It was a prime Chocolatito as well.
Like, yeah, like he lost every round, and the stoppage was a bad stoppage, but like, you know, still Chocolatito. Like, it's not the best style. Like, you're basically just gonna have to beat him at his own game.
Which you are not gonna do.
Like, I don't know, like what he has left. I mean, he doesn't really shown anything like he's slowed down a lot. Like, the worry I have is that he hasn't actually made 112 in a long time. And when I say a long time, I mean, well, on box rate, there's a couple of his Mexican fights that don't have weights, but he hasn't actually had to make 112 since 2016. That's a long time. But like, against Cordova, he was 112 and a half. I mean, that's half a pound.
I'm sure he could do it.
Like,
He just hasn't had a fight, like a fight to.
But like that half a pound at these weights is a lot. Well, even at any weight, half a pound's a lot. Like, even like half a pound, if he's like 80% of what he can do, like, he's still gonna be pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just haven't seen him at flyweight in so long.
Maybe a little prediction will change after we see the weigh.
Like, I'm gonna favor Yafai, the fresher, not younger, but, you know, in boxing terms, younger. And somehow it's gonna slow down Chihuahua to win the decision, but I'm not really confident.
The thing with your fights, like, yes, he's not had any pro fights, but man, like, I remember him, like, obviously he was at Rio. He was fighting guys like Tusaboy and like Hovanesian and all these guys, Samuel Carbona, 10 years ago. He's had a rough career, man. In the amateurs, he's fought guys after guys after guys, and he was in international tournaments year after year after year for about 8 or 9 years. Like, he ain't he's had a long amateur career. Like, yes, he's fresh in pro terms, but man, those tournaments are rough. Like, you're away from home, making weight every day, fighting sort of 4 times in a week, like all this stuff. I know it's not pro boxing, but that takes a lot out of you. And he's just so we've seen what all these long-term amateurs do. He's had 2 Olympics. He's gone to whatever tournaments, and I just don't think he's got a pro style, man. And I don't trust the McCrackens in this corner. I don't trust the McCrackens. I think they're decent amateur coaches that have had success with GB amateurs, but I don't think they're good professional coaches.
Like
I
I was about to say the opposite. Like I think his style is more like of a pro style than a lot of amateurs that turn over.
Maybe compared to other amateurs, yeah. But...
Like he didn't have an amateur style in the pros, pretty much, and that's probably why he's had success. Like even if he like slaps, like doesn't turn his punch so hard, he still hits hard. I guess he could hit harder if he had like better technique, but I mean he hits hard. I mean he's strong.
That's the thing. He almost pulls his punches back before they even reach the target because he wants to get so many up and move more than actually setting his punches about people and getting all these angles and stuff. I don't know, man. I just don't think. I don't think he has.
I think that's the problem with pushing, like moving fighters really fast. Especially like when you move up the levels. I mean, they need to transition. Even though like his overall style is more suited to the pros, I mean, he's still got those little intangibles like what you've been talking about that need to be worked on. And I mean, he hasn't really.
And let's be honest, the defense thing. As a flyweight, as an amateur, like nothing coming back's gonna hurt you because you're boxing in pillows and it's over 3 minutes. They can't weigh you down. Like, and that leads to what Yafai's defense is, and it was the same with Yafai.
It's
like,
it's not like I mean, Chihuas doesn't have great defense. He's just such a veteran. Especially like if you compare him like now compared to like 2014, his defense was so bad in 2014. Like back when he was a world champion, like where his peak at minimum weight.
But you sort of learn to tough it out, and you learn to roll with shots, and you learn like the little things, man. Like you say, it's a catch-22 because if you give Galal Yafai that time to develop,
he's gonna be too old. By the time
then he's like 34, 35 by the time he reaches championship level, and that's never going to work. It's like it's a catch-22 career, really, because like he did go on way too long in the amateurs, but then you can sort of say, well, it works. He won a gold medal, and he got a load of money off the back of it, through sponsorships and through whatever else. The promotional deal that he got was a lot better off the back of winning gold. But then, like, I don't know. It's a weird one. I think Rodriguez via KO in the mid to late rounds is the pick I'm going to go with. But Yafai's going to come on stock soon if it's not on Saturday. Because that defense and that style, someone's just going to be way too tough, way too strong. Like, I know it's a silly point because he's gone now on a drugs ban. He's quitting against whoever. But if you look at Julio Cesar Martinez, someone like that's going to come along someday soon, and he's going to chin Galal Yafai badly. A Mexican just doesn't care. He's just going to take all your shots and throw mad hooks at you and uppercuts and just doesn't care. Because that you get those. You just dig one of those up sometimes and they just beat you at these weights.
I mean, that's kind of you just described Chihuas.
Yeah.
I'm also picking him. I'm not really sure by what, but I think he'll win.
Alright, well, I'm going for the Brami Lomachenko by decision.
Just open my mouth a little bit.
Yeah, I think the one that I can't see if I win by knockout or by stoppage.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah,
it's not. No one's stopping Chihuas. Other than Chocolatito, but with a bad stoppage.
Yeah. We'll move on.
It's a good fight.
It is a really good fight. I'm looking forward to it. But I think your fight's gonna have a lot of success, but ultimately those things that I was saying, like they'll let him down. Yeah. Conor Walker, Liam Taylor for the British title at 147. I guess it's a good fight. Conor Walker's fun, but he's not very good. Liam Taylor, who did he lose to a few years ago? Because he's done nothing since. Avanesian. Did he lose to Avanesian?
Avanesian in 2 rounds.
Yeah, he lost in
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, I turned that fight off after the first round and he got chinned in the second round. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, it's just going to be a typical Conor Walker fight, isn't it? Pretty much. He's probably going to win a decision.
This is not a typical one. I like the scruff one.
Or, well, that's not a typical fight. It could be
Yeah.
a typical. A decision, maybe a late stoppage.
Yeah.
Probably not going to be losing every single round, getting dominated this time. I'm just going to be too active. Pretty much.
Yeah. And then Pete McGraw against Inyok Baluta's on that card. Inyok Baluta, who keeps beating people from that gym. He's beat Andrew Kane and Brad Strand, and he's looking for another one. McGraw should beat him, but I think that knockout loss has taken a lot out of Pete McGraw. I think he's hesitant now, and I don't think he's punching with the same confidence as what he used to before that O'Quinn fight.
Yeah, probably not. I think this is the one that Baluta's not going to win.
Yeah,
I
agree.
I mean, he did barely get through Brad Strand. That was really close. Yeah, obviously, we're not going to be surprised if Baluta wins. I just think he's going to lose a decision.
Yeah,
I mean, it'll be he's not going to get dominated. I mean, he's just so active. Even if he's not landing, he's so active. That's what he wins lots of rounds, are just being active and coming forward lots of the time. Against a less confident McGrail, it's probably not going to throw loads, I guess. I mean, it could work. Could just pick up rounds by doing that and just win.
I hope he wins. I like him, but I don't. I think McGregor's going to beat him. I think. Yeah.
Oh, I think he should. I mean, how long can Baluta keep doing this? Just coming along and just upsetting our guys.
Your guys fucking suck. So.
Baluta's not that good himself.
He's not good. He's just erratic and very unorthodox.
And he's got a gas tank, and he's got a tune.
He's got a crazy engine and a crazy chin. Pretty much, that's what wins in these fights. With these Brits trying to be stylists. And he's just no, I'm just gonna outwork you.
Yeah, and it works. There's a few other fights on that show. It's British boxing. It's a load of prospects knocking over, or not even knocking over, going to 40, 36 decisions against Johnny, and everyone hyping them up. But in reality, nothing else on there is worth watching. Just being it's just
pitiful.
Yeah, some pretty blood. pretty below average prospects that are going to be rammed down our throats that aren't very good, and they're going to go to points with multiple journeymen and then lose when they step up to British level, essentially. So yeah, watch them. But we'll move on. Saturday in Newark, there's a couple of fights on ESPN. Vito Nicky's back against Kamil Gargilek, an unbeaten Pole. Like, I haven't seen him, but looking at records, like, he's fought absolutely no one. Milnicki should beat him. It's one of these. Milnicki did a lot of these sort of shows, headlining in Newark. He sells tickets against these Poles. When he was with PBC and he couldn't get dates, he was doing this as well. And they have a lot of Poles on there. I think Cornflake Lamont is somewhat involved, and like they sell the TV rights to Poland and sell a few tickets, and it works because there's a lot of Poles in that area of America as well, I think. So yeah, it works, and yeah, Milnicki will win. Like, he's fighting a 9-1, but they've got a couple of interesting fights. Damien Niebuhr's back on there against Martin Sawi. Damien Niebuhr, the heavyweight, who's relatively interesting. He's not that good, but he can punch a bit and can be fun to watch. But the really good fight on that card is Jahai Tucker against Truck Simpson over 10 rounds. That's a really good fight. I think Simpson got screwed a bit on that OTX card, so I thought he won that fight. He's lost there. I don't think Jahai Tucker's very good, and I think this is a proper crossroads fight. I think it's a really good fight, man.
It is. I'm no idea who to pick, to be honest. I was kind of high on Simpson before he lost to Hernandez. And then Hernandez went on that crazy run, which now is progress to Pro Box. Tucker, though, he's just never really been that good. But he's been hyped up to be like he's supposed to be like the next coming, and it's kind of ridiculous. He's not that good.
Yeah, his defense is all over the place. I don't think he's very good, but I think he's very unorthodox, and that could cause a problem.
Yeah, he's a weird fighter. He's weird. I don't know who's gonna win this fight. Like, I don't even think I have a prediction, to be honest. That's how much I don't know who's gonna win this fight.
I'm gonna pick a Simpson decision.
Like, anything can happen except the Jahai Tucker knockout.
Yeah, no. Smacks all of his
Pretty much.
punches. He's almost worse than Yafai.
Maybe,
I have no idea.
Maybe a Simpson decision. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure.
It should be a fun fight because I think both are vulnerable and both are offensively minded, and I think that should be fun. But I don't know who's going to win it. And that's probably what's good about it, actually. Like,
True.
a lot of these guys have had fights where they're meant to win them and there's not much intrigue, but now they're finally stepping in with someone good. Like, I know both have losses, but they're both quite big upsets. Yeah, this is the real sink or swim fight for both, really. And I think if Tucker loses, Top Rank get rid of him because, like, they tried to get rid of him after the loss. Did he fight that? Was he the one that fought that Georgian that almost beat him?
Saakashvili.
Yeah, and they tried to get rid of him, and then he lost. He drew with Veron as well, didn't he? They tried to get him beat there, and now he's come back with a few wins and like beat Troy Williamson, which I guess is some sort of level of win. I don't know, like, but yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna guess a Tucker decision, but I don't know. I really don't know. Good fight though. But moving on, Callum Walsh is back against Elias Spardes on one of those CFC Fight Pass cards. Callum Walsh is okay, I guess. Yeah, not much to say about that. He'll win, basically, because they're going to keep him where he is. They're not going to risk getting him beat yet. They'll keep him there. I guess he's okay. I don't really think he's that brilliant, though. Like, he has been knocking a lot of people out recently, so maybe that will continue. I don't know what's on the undercard. I'll check now. Kane Sandoval's back. Dejal Bekov, light heavyweight from Russia. Might be something. But yeah, there's not much else in that show. Also this week, you've got the WBC Grand Prix on Friday and Saturday, which will be on the Ring YouTube channel. There's so many fighters on that might be worth a watch, but I ain't gonna go through all the lists because there's about 60 odd fights or whatever there is on that. But yeah, there might be something worth watching there. But anyway, that's about it for this week, I think. There's no real other fights unless I'm missing something.
No.
Right, we'll move on to the news. The news, right. That August 16th card in Riyadh officially got announced. We knew about Bald against Goodman and Kakachi against Ford and Atama White. Yeah, 2 more fights got announced. Hayata Tatsumi is fighting Kez Ashraf for some stupid reason. He's gonna batter him. Like, oh, what the hell were they thinking making that fight? Like, yeah. And then Filip Ergovic is fighting David Adelaide, a fight nobody wanted. If you'd have asked any boxing fan, what fight do you want next to Filip Ergovic and David Adelaide? And then you ask any member of their team, what fight do you want next for your guy? And anyone at Queensbury, what fight do you want next? Not one person outside of some idiot in Riyadh would have said David Adelaide against Filip Ergovic. That fight's going to be terrible. David Adelaide is really, really not very good, and Filip Ergovic is going to jab his head off and knock it out of first gear, and maybe stop him late because, you know, Adelaide is a big stiff, and he puts everything into these mad hooks that don't land. And he's going to tire himself out quicker than Hrgovic, which is some achievement because Hrgovic has got no gas tank either. So yeah, I think Hrgovic is going to piece him up and stop him late, like similar to the Wardley fight. Yeah, that ain't going well for David Adelaide at all. We'll move on. And Jaron Ennis is moving up to 154. Good. But that does mean Roddy Romero is a WBA champion.
Jesus Christ, almighty heaven.
Roddy Romero is a 2-weight world champion now. And Paddy Donovan is going to fight Lewis Crocker for the vacant IBF. So
I'm gonna kill myself.
great, isn't it? July 30th, the show got announced last week. Kenshiro Taraji is fighting Ricardo Sandoval, defending his WBC and WBA flyweight titles. If the champions are all busy, which they are, and Yafai is busy, which he is, that's a really good fight. That's a proper solid defense to his titles. Like Sandoval, proper solid fighter at flyweight. Like he's just a solid flyweight, world level flyweight, basically top 5 of the ring, I think. And yeah, that's a really solid defense. If Kenshiro slipped and that Akui fight has taken more out of him, quite a lot out of him, I think Sandoval's right in with the chance there. But obviously, like, you've got to favour Kenshiro. Also on that show, Antonio Vargas makes the first defense of his WBA bantamweight title after being elevated against Daigo Higa. I've got to be honest, man. Daigo Higa, I think he's going to chin Antonio Vargas because Vargas has no defense he keeps getting dropped by pretty much everyone he fights.
There should be a lot added to this. Knockout thread if you think everyone's just getting chinned on these cards.
Well, I say chinned, but I think he's gonna get stopped. But in fairness, Vargas has got badly knocked out before.
His chin is not good.
Yeah, and it's his defense as well. Like he gets reckless in combinations, and he throws with people, and his chin's up in the air, and he just goes. That's what happened against Rodriguez, and it happened against Winston Guerrero as well, and it happened when he lost. And it's going to happen again. Daigo Higa left hook, bang.
He could need something. He did.
Yeah. And third title fight on that card, Takami is fighting Rosa for the WBA 108 title. Frankly, Rosa's not a world level fighter. Like a lot of guys that are holding world titles around these weights, he is not a world level fighter, and I think Takami is a world level fighter in the weight, and I think he's really good. Takami's going to outbox him and grind him down, and might stop him late. Even though I don't think that fight's going to happen, I think Rosa will pull out. But yeah, if it happens, Takami all day, easy. Pena Pradesbury versus Carlos Canizales 2 got announced for August 1st in Venezuela, so the judges can't rob Canizales again like they did in December. Good that Canizales finally gets his chance. Hopefully the winners of that and the winners of Takami against Rosa, because they're like 2 days apart, mate. But who knows? WBO have ordered Sam Noakes against Abdullah Mason for the vacant WBO title. I don't know if you covered that, but that's going to happen, and Mason's going to batter him. And then one out of left field, Albert Batagaziev is fighting Jazza Dickens in Istanbul.
What's the point?
I don't know what the point is.
Why are they facing late 2010s, John O'Carroll, Jazza Dickens? Come on.
I think anyone that can put the pieces together can work out how. But we're not going to do that here because they're a great bunch of lads, and we definitely don't have anything bad to say about them. We're not going to say anything bad about those people. But yeah, such a weird fight. WBA, either interim or full super featherweight title, depending on what Roach does. But yeah, weird fight. But alas, that's it. I think. I don't know if there's any other news. I don't think there is. No. Right. Anyway. But yeah, there's a couple of bits of boxing this week. Not loads, but yeah, we'll be back next week to talk about it all, and then look forward to the biggest fight of the year, Jake Paul fighting yet another world champion. So yeah, thanks for listening.
See you in episode 64.